Good day and welcome back to Unbiased Magic Reviews. I hope that you guys are having a good weekend. Today we're going to be taking a look at Instant Card Magician by Thom Parkin. We're going to start the review with a live performance of my own. Let's take a look at it.
Turn them face up.
Turn them face up. All right, there you go.
Are they all different?
Are they all different?
All different. Shuffle as you like.
Shuffle as you like. They already did that too. All right.
One more shuffle.
One more shuffle. Keep us honest, right? All right.
So cut to the chase. All right. Cut about half the cards.
Okay. Now what?
All right. Look at the cards which you cut.
Okay.
Remember that card.
Okay.
Put the card back in the deck.
Okay.
Shuffle the cards again.
All right. That's not bad, right? Not bad. Now what? Okay. Did I shuffle it well or what? Wait, I'm gonna throw one of his shuffles so that way it's like. That way it's really lost in it. All right, it's really lost. Now what?
In a moment, I will name a number 1 through 52. Do I name or you?
You're the magician, not me, man.
What number? What number do you think?
1 to 52. What number?
52. 5.
5.
Do the cards, counting them, and set aside the card at that number.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5.
Did I do a bottom dealer or what? Did you see
Okay. Was your selection a red card or a black card?
that? Was my selection a red card or a black card? That's a good question. The one you mean the one that I saw? Is that what you're saying, right? Yeah. So basically, yeah, it was a red card.
Okay, so I click on red.
Yeah.
I knew that. Did your
You
card
knew
have
that? No way.
Did your card have a picture or was it a number card?
It was a number card.
Exactly as I thought. Are you prepared to be amazed?
I am.
Name your card aloud. Turn over the card you set aside.
It was a 10 of diamonds. Now, hey, if you guys got this right, then that's the 10 of diamonds. If not, then you screwed up, not me.
Okay.
Was that comparison? Whoa, that was pretty good, you guys. How'd you know that was the number 5? Dude, you guys did pretty good. Alright, so you guys took a look at one of my live performances of the effect, and I've been having a blast road testing this over the past few weeks. I've been using this mostly as an opener in the performance that you guys watched. I added that little bit about the bottom deal because one of my spectators actually works in a casino, so it was just like a joke that I threw in there really for them. But if you haven't gathered by now what this is a magic app that allows your spectator to take on the role of the magician, and basically they perform a card at any number effect for you. That's basically what this is. You can pick it up for $56. This was put out by Thom Parkin, a professional software developer who's put out some other effects like the Parkin email premonition effect. As usual, I'm going to give you guys my impressions of this effect, answer those questions that you have, and then just give you some final thoughts. So my impressions after road testing this for several weeks is that I would rate this as 5 out of 5, getting my highest recommendation. I think anyone who's into card magic is going to absolutely love this. Now there's 5 major reasons why I would rate this so highly. I'm going to go over those with you guys. The first reason is that this is the easiest magic app I have ever used. You don't have to install anything on your phone. The spectator doesn't have to install anything. You don't even have to touch their phone. In fact, you will print out a QR code that you are supplied with, and with this, all you have to do is have the spectator just use their camera function on their phone to focus on it, and they can be redirected to the site where they will take on the role of the magician. Now you can even glue this to the back of your box or put it in the cellophane. I just keep it loosely in the box and that's it, and you're really ready to go. You've got an opening effect whenever you need it. Now this leads into the second reason why I rate this so high, which is this is a magic app that doesn't feel like a magic app. It feels like you're directing the spectator to a website where they're basically going to be giving you instructions. They're going to be taking on the role of the magician. They're going to be performing for you. Now that leads into my reason number 3, which is that the premise and presentation is so strong, draws in the spectator, they have this active role that they're performing for you, but by the end of the effect, they realize that actually you were doing a magic effect for them, which is just ingenious, really clever. And then we go to my fourth reason, which is this is extremely simple to perform, yet plays really strongly. Even though it's so simple, and to you, you'll be like, wow, this method is so easy and basic. To the spectator, they won't be able to reverse engineer it, and they'll just be baffled at the end. And then finally, my last main reason why I rate this so highly is because when you're done with the effect, the spectator will be redirected to the site of your choosing. Now, in my case, I have them redirected to my Google Inject site, where I can perform my favorite version of Inject. What's nice is that when you're done with the performance, there's actually a little button there that says on to my next effect that they can push, and they will automatically redirect them to whatever site you want. In my case, it's my Inject site, but most of the time when I perform this, what I've noticed is that when they just leave their phone there face up after they're done with the effect, they're still reacting to the effect. They will automatically be redirected to my Inject site without them having to even push anything, which is just really nice. It's a nice little touch. So now I can perform Inject and I don't even have to touch their phone because they're already, redirected to it. There are other magic apps that advertise that it's a good way of redirecting your spectator to Inject without touching it, like Realist, and this is another option for people that are looking for that. Now, if you don't perform Inject, you can have the app redirect the spectator to whatever site you want, maybe your advertisement or your homepage or whatnot. So those 5 major reasons is why I highly recommend this to you guys. I think this is a must-have for anyone who's into card magic, and those people especially that perform Inject, just because it's so versatile and just really easy to perform. Another little touch I really liked about it was because the spectator is pushing things on their screen as they're asking you questions, like they're like, is this a red or black card? They're pushing it. That just adds another layer of deception that later on when they go home, they're gonna think about that, and it's just gonna help just hide the method even more, which is really good because it has nothing to do with the method, but they may think it does, which is just kind of fun overall. So let's get into those questions you guys probably have about this effect. So what are you going to get? Basically, you're going to get a link that you can email to your spectator, or you could send it to them, or you could post it, or you can also print out the QR code that you also are supplied with. You're supplied with a QR code that you can print out. You're also supplied with a poster that has a QR code, so you could print out the poster and carry that with you if you want. I like this just because it's super portable and really easy to carry. Besides that, you're also going to get access to a website that has written instructions on how to perform the effect, as well as a 20-minute instructional video where Brent Braun goes over the ins and outs of the effect. He'll teach you 2 main versions of the effect. That is 2 main methods. One method relies on a gaff deck that you probably have at home in your drawer. The other version uses just a regular deck of cards. That's pretty much what you're going to get here. You can, as I mentioned, have it tailored, fine-tailored in a way that you want if you contact Thom Parkin as well. I think that is an additional cost, but you can do that if you want. So how difficult is the routine? It's beginner level, and the gaff version doesn't require any kind of moves. That's probably the version you'd be most interested in. The ungaff version requires you to do one simple move that Brent Braun teaches you. If you are into card magic, you probably know many other moves that are similar that will allow you to accomplish the exact same thing. It's not difficult. It'll probably take you 10 minutes to learn. In terms of the gaff deck, this is a deck that you probably already have at home. Nowadays, they're very inexpensive. You probably should be carrying one with you because it will facilitate other routines that you do. And the nice thing is that this is a gaff deck that isn't like the type of gaff deck that you can only use for one routine. You can use it for any type of card magic that you want to do. So how original is this effect? So the premise is not new. It's extremely well known. But what Thom Parkin has done is he's the one that has brought this into a more portable version, making it into a magic app, so that way you don't have to carry anything with you. Literally, you don't even need to carry that QR code, because you could just have the link on your phone and you could just text it to your spectator. So he has made this a lot more portable, and he's also added that redirection at the end. But the actual premise of the effect, and like I would say the effect itself, is well known. It's been done many times before, and there are many magicians that perform something similar, but obviously not with a web app, because that is what Thom Parkin has brought to the table here. In terms of the ad copy, how legit is the ad copy? They state 100% touch free, and that is true, because you don't touch your spectator's phone at all. It can be performed in person and virtual. That is true. There is redirection at the end of the effect, which I've mentioned on extensively. Extremely simple to perform. That is true. App does all the work. That is true. Nothing to install. So all of that is true. You may be wondering, does this support your language? It actually supports multiple languages, and I recently found out that the newest language that is supported is German. So if you do speak a language that is not very common, like maybe you speak Urdu or something, you may want to contact Thom Parkin directly to make sure that your language is supported. So in terms of any negatives, and this was actually not easy to come up with, the only real negative that I could put out there for you guys is that if you want to perform the effect and you want it to look ultra squeaky clean, without any kind of movements, then you're going to need to carry around that gaff deck. And for some people that may be an issue, because you don't want to have to carry around a gaff deck. Although a lot of people that I know already carry around this type of gaff deck all the time, because it does facilitate a lot of the other card magic that they perform. So who do I think will really like this effect? I think anyone who's into card magic, anyone who's looking for a strong opener, and anyone who's looking for an effect that's going to redirect their spectator to another magic app. Maybe you use Ellipse or you use Inject, and you want something that's going to redirect them automatically to that site without you having to touch their phone, then this is an excellent option for you guys. Definitely something to consider. Summing up, I would definitely recommend this to you guys. As usual, if you have any questions or comments about this or anything else I review, please just leave me a comment below. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning into my magic reviews, and I'll see you on the next one.